Welcome back to Robot Ray. Today, we're diving into the hidden side of the American Civil War. These are the stories that remain tucked away in the pages of history but hold the power to captivate and inspire. Ready? Let's count down the top 10 untold stories of the American Civil War. Don't forget to give a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more incredible videos. Number 10. The Civil War Balloon Corps. The Civil War Balloon Corps, led by aeronaut Thaddeus Lowe, was one of the most innovative yet underappreciated aspects of the American Civil War. Established in 1861, this corps used hot air balloons to conduct aerial reconnaissance for the Union Army. From the skies, observers could identify enemy troop movements, fortifications, and artillery positions, providing invaluable intelligence that was otherwise impossible to gather in the era before airplanes and satellites. The balloons were tethered to the ground and equipped with telegraph lines, allowing real-time communication with commanders on the battlefield. Despite its groundbreaking contributions, the Balloon Corps faced significant challenges, including skepticism from military leaders, logistical difficulties, and the vulnerability of the balloons to Confederate attacks. However, the work of the Balloon Corps marked the first organized use of aerial surveillance in warfare, a practice that would evolve into a critical component of military strategy in later conflicts. Today, it stands as a testament to human ingenuity and the enduring quest for technological advancement, even during times of strife. Number 9. Harriet Tubman the Spy. Known as the Moses of the Underground Railroad, Harriet Tubman's courage extended beyond leading enslaved individuals to freedom. She also became a daring and successful spy for the Union Army. During the Civil War, Tubman worked closely with Union forces, gathering intelligence from behind enemy lines. She used her knowledge of the South's terrain and her network of informants to uncover Confederate troop movements, supply routes, and fortifications. Tubman played a pivotal role in the Combahee River Raid in 1863, where her guidance helped Union forces free over 700 enslaved individuals and disrupt Confederate supply chains. Tubman's achievements as a spy were as extraordinary as her earlier work in the Underground Railroad. Despite the risks of capture and death, she leveraged her sharp wit, bravery, and extensive network to undermine the Confederacy. Her contributions were instrumental in shaping Union strategies in the South, yet her story as a spy often remains overshadowed by her role as an abolitionist. Tubman's work in intelligence highlights her legacy not only as a freedom fighter but as a skilled and resourceful tactician in one of America's most pivotal conflicts. Number 8. The Legend of the Angel of the Battlefield. Clara Barton earned the nickname the Angel of the Battlefield for her tireless efforts to provide aid and comfort to wounded soldiers during the American Civil War. As a pioneering nurse, she ventured onto active battlefields, braving the chaos and danger to deliver supplies and administer medical care. Barton worked independently, often bypassing bureaucratic hurdles, to ensure soldiers received the help they desperately needed. Her dedication extended beyond nursing. She coordinated relief efforts, distributed supplies, and comforted soldiers in their final moments, becoming a beacon of hope amid the horrors of war. Barton's unwavering commitment didn't end with the war. After the conflict, she founded the American Red Cross, shaping the future of disaster relief and humanitarian aid in the United States. Her legend as the Angel of the Battlefield encapsulates not only her bravery but also her compassion and resolve in one of the nation's darkest chapters. Barton's story reminds us that heroism often takes the form of selfless care and unwavering determination in the face of adversity. Number 7. The Exploits of Elizabeth VanLou. Elizabeth VanLou, a wealthy Virginian, defied societal norms and Confederate loyalty to become one of the most effective Union spies during the American Civil War. Operating in the heart of Richmond, the Confederate capital, VanLou led an extensive espionage network, often referred to as the Richmond Underground. She posed as an eccentric Southern aristocrat to avoid suspicion, earning the nickname Crazy Bet. This ruse allowed her to gather intelligence, smuggle Union prisoners out of Richmond, and provide critical information to Union generals, including Ulysses S. Grant. VanLou's courage extended beyond her clandestine activities. She hid escaped prisoners in her mansion and passed messages using secret codes, hollow eggs, and encrypted notes. One of her most daring acts was placing Mary Bowser, a former enslaved woman, as a spy in the Confederate White House. Together, their efforts significantly disrupted Confederate plans, proving that cunning and bravery could turn the tide of war. VanLou's story highlights the unsung heroes of the Civil War who risked everything for their beliefs. Number 6. The Ironclad Revolution. The American Civil War saw the birth of a naval revolution with the introduction of ironclad warships, which changed the nature of maritime warfare forever. The most famous clash between ironclads occurred during the Battle of Hampton Roads in 1862, where the Confederate CSS Virginia and the Union USS Monitor fought to a standstill. This was the first time in history that two armored warships faced off, signaling the end of wooden warships' dominance. These vessels, encased in iron plating, could deflect cannon fire that would have destroyed traditional wooden ships, ushering in a new era of naval engineering. Beyond their technological marvel, ironclads also had a profound strategic impact during the war. The Union Navy's ironclads proved instrumental in maintaining blockades and controlling vital waterways, while the Confederacy used them to protect key ports and challenge Union dominance. The introduction of ironclads inspired innovation worldwide, with global navies quickly adopting and improving upon the concept. The Ironclad Revolution wasn't just a moment in the Civil War. It was a pivotal leap forward in military technology that reshaped naval power dynamics for decades. Number 5. The 54th Massachusetts Regiment. The 54th Massachusetts Regiment was one of the first African American units to serve in the Union Army during the Civil War, symbolizing a turning point in the fight for both freedom and equality. Led by Colonel Robert Gould Shaw, the regiment comprised brave African American soldiers who volunteered to fight, despite widespread prejudice and lower pay compared to their white counterparts. Their courage was most famously displayed in the assault on Fort Wagner in South Carolina in 1863, where they demonstrated extraordinary bravery under fire. Although the attack failed, the regiment's valor helped change public perception of black soldiers and proved their capability and determination. The 54th Massachusetts Regiment's actions also had a lasting political and social impact. Their sacrifices helped bolster support for the recruitment of more African American troops, with over 180,000 eventually serving in the Union Army. Their legacy inspired future generations in the ongoing struggle for civil rights and equality in the United States. The regiment's story, immortalized in literature and film, stands as a testament to their indomitable spirit and their pivotal role in reshaping the narrative of freedom during the Civil War. Number 4. The Great Locomotive Chase. The Great Locomotive Chase, also known as Andrew's Raid, was a daring Union mission during the American Civil War that unfolded in April 1862. A group of Union volunteers, led by civilian scout James J. Andrews, infiltrated Confederate territory in northern Georgia to hijack a train called the General. Their objective was to disrupt the Confederacy's vital rail network by destroying tracks, bridges, and telegraph lines. The plan aimed to sever supply and communication routes, providing a strategic advantage to the Union forces. However, the mission faced unexpected challenges when the train's conductor, William A. Fuller, pursued them relentlessly on foot, by handcar, and with another locomotive. The pursuit spanned nearly 90 miles and is remembered as one of the most dramatic episodes of the Civil War. Despite their efforts, Andrews and his raiders were eventually captured, with some executed as spies. Though the mission failed, the bravery and ingenuity of the raiders were later recognized. Several participants received the Medal of Honor, the first ever awarded in U.S. history, making the Great Locomotive Chase a tale of audacious courage and determination in the face of overwhelming odds. Number 3. The Lost Order of Antietam. The Lost Order of Antietam refers to one of the most serendipitous discoveries in military history, occurring during the American Civil War in September 1862. Confederate General Robert E. Lee had issued Special Order 191, detailing the movements of his divided forces during the Maryland campaign. Unbeknownst to Lee, a copy of this critical order was accidentally left behind, wrapped around 3 cigars, in a field near Frederick, Maryland. It was discovered by Union soldiers, who quickly relayed it to General George McClellan. Armed with this invaluable intelligence, McClellan realized he had a rare opportunity to strike Lee's forces while they were vulnerable and dispersed. This discovery led directly to the Battle of Antietam, the bloodiest single day in American history, with over 22,000 casualties. While McClellan's cautious approach prevented a decisive Union victory, the battle forced Lee's army to retreat back into Virginia, halting the Confederate invasion of the North. The Union's strategic advantage from the Lost Order also bolstered President Abraham Lincoln's position, enabling him to issue the preliminary Emancipation Proclamation shortly afterward. This pivotal moment reshaped the war's purpose and added a profound moral dimension to the Union's cause. Number 2. Sarah Edmonds' secret identity. Sarah Edmonds, a Canadian-born woman, disguised herself as a man to serve in the Union Army during the American Civil War. Using the alias Franklin Thompson, she enlisted in the 2nd Michigan Infantry and served as a soldier, nurse, and spy. Edmonds demonstrated incredible bravery and resourcefulness, using her disguise to gather critical intelligence from behind enemy lines. She even assumed additional disguises, including that of an African-American man and an Irish peddler, to infiltrate Confederate territories undetected. Her courage and dedication to the Union cause were remarkable, but her story was almost lost to history due to the secrecy of her identity. After the war, Edmonds revealed her true identity and published her memoir, Nurse and Spy in the Union Army, which became a bestseller. Her unique contributions highlight the diverse and unconventional roles individuals played during the Civil War, proving that courage and patriotism transcend traditional boundaries. Number 1. The Surrender at Appomattox. The surrender at Appomattox Courthouse on April 9, 1865, marked the end of the Civil War, but many untold stories surround this historic event. While General Robert E. Lee's surrender to General Ulysses S. Grant is widely known, the meeting was more than just a military transaction. It was a moment of grace and humanity. Grant's generous terms allowed Confederate soldiers to return home with their horses and sidearms, symbolizing a path to reconciliation. Lee, despite his military defeat, maintained his dignity, and his office's conduct highlighted their respect for the process, underscoring the complex emotional terrain of surrender. Behind the scenes, however, numerous untold stories unfold. For instance, the presence of African American soldiers, who played crucial roles in the Union's victory, is often overlooked in accounts of Appomattox. The contributions of these soldiers were significant, as they fought not only for the Union but also for freedom. Additionally, the aftermath of Appomattox saw the beginning of a long and difficult reconciliation process between the North and South. This included addressing the deep divisions and the future of the newly freed slaves, which would play out in the turbulent Reconstruction era that followed. And there you have it, 10 untold stories that bring new life to the history of the American Civil War. Which one was your favorite? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more adventures into the past. Until next time, stay curious.